Do I need a consultant to buy a Thermomix? Someone was asking this same question in a Reddit forum this week. He said, hey, Thermomix is offering free shipping now to everyone. Then, why would I need a consultant? Okay, I usually don't do controversial videos. I don't even think this one will be one, but this is definitely going to be more serious than my usual videos. If you follow me, Diana, the dummy cook, you know that I'm usually happy, goofy, and I like to have fun while teaching you how to use your Thermomix. But today, I need to speak from the heart because this comment really hit home. It's not the first time I read something like this, but it is the first time since Thermomix started offering free shipping for everyone in the US, whether they buy from a consultant or not. But yes, over the years, I have seen posts complaining about the consultant barrier. Why do they make me choose a consultant? Why do I need to talk to someone to buy a Thermomix? And I have even seen a few comments where people said, I would rather save the money. Why is a consultant making money out of my purchase? So, okay, I will dedicate a video to this. Please stay with me and I will give you 8 reasons to choose a consultant. And at the end, I will answer this money question, which, spoiler alert, it will not cost you a thing. So, do I need a consultant to buy a Thermomix in the US? My answer is yes. Am I biased? Probably, but let's follow this timeline. 1. The way before. Thermomix has been in the US for 10 years, and if you have now heard about it, it's directly or indirectly because of the work of a consultant, whether it's from US or abroad. Why? Because Thermomix doesn't pay for advertising on TV or the Super Bowl. They are not in Target or Costco. They choose to get known by word of mouth and social media. It's a choice some companies make. And Vorwerk, the mother company, has been in the direct sales business for over 140 years. This is how they operate. And Thermomix was invented in 1971. It's been in Europe for decades. But anyway, back to the US. When Thermomix came here at the end of 2016, a group of consultants started working and sharing to make it known. I'm friends with many of those pioneers. They did demos, events, trade shows, Facebook posts, Instagram reels, more demos, more shows, and little by little, they got the word out. Thanks to them, eventually I heard about Thermomix 5 years ago, and I bought mine. 2 months later, I was so amazed, and my friends were too, that I felt the urge to tell the world. It had changed my life completely, and I wanted my friends to have that same feeling. Since then, I might have done hundreds of demos, hundreds of trade shows. Literally, yes, I did more than 60 just in 2023. Hundreds of videos explaining what Thermomix even is and how to use it. And so have my peers. We are always ready to share Thermomix with a new family, do a demo, a presentation, host a party, anything. We speak Thermomix. So once again, if we traced back the way you heard about Thermomix, you probably heard through a consultant, through a friend who was introduced by a consultant, through a video. Maybe you were invited to a demo. You met someone at a networking event, at a trade show, at the bus stop. Maybe you tried the amazing muffins your coworker brought for lunch, who is a consultant or bought from a consultant. However you heard about Thermomix, chances are a consultant was involved at some point. You don't think so? Then that's okay. That was just point number 1. And don't worry, it gets way better. Number 2, the before. So now you're curious about Thermomix and you have the option of having a test drive. You could have someone come to your home, you could go to their home, or if you don't want to do that or no one is available around you, then you can have an online demo. And you might ask, why would I get a demo when there are videos? Because you can ask questions. Will it make this type of recipe? Will I be able to search for X ingredients? Where will it go in my kitchen? How many appliances do you get to test drive before you buy them? When I was about to buy my Thermomix, I already knew I wanted one, but I thought, well, if the demo is free, I might as well check it out. It's a high-ticket item. Let's see what it can really do. And in the case of Thermomix, a demo or video call is needed more than with other appliances because the product feels too good to be true and people need to see it to understand it. We love showing it, so take advantage of that. Number 3, the day of. Let's say you chose not to have a demo and you're ready to buy a Thermomix. Did you know that if you talk to a consultant, you would have more options than what you see in the website? credit card, financing, which is not very clear if the shopping cart takes you to the fast checkout. Everybody falls for that one. Or, did you know you don't need to pay the full price? The website doesn't explain that either. I always say this in my videos. Email me here. But you don't know how many people buy from me directly online after watching my video, and then when we talk, they find out that they could have had a 20% discount or more had they talked to me before. Why? Because now their friend wants one as well, or they have a business, or they have a big network, and they could have had an affiliate link. Yes, not every consultant account means you need to do this as a full-time job. You could join just to have the one sale or two, and you will be supported by your sponsor and team leader to give this amazing support we are talking about anyway. And you will have saved a lot of money, earned gifts, and much more. And before you get a frown on your face, your sponsor only makes one bonus out of the first extra sale. We don't have that shape. Anyway, another reason for the day off is so you can ask questions about extra accessories. I have had customers asking if they should add the aroma to the shopping cart. No, that comes already. Or a lot of people want to know what else they will need, if this or that item is worth it, or sometimes we, consultants, have insider information. We know the promotions, a new accessory is coming, or joining instead of buying will give you X amount of gifts. So yes, when you're about to buy a Thermomix, talking to a consultant will definitely be beneficial for you. That might be why in other countries the consultants are called advisors. Number 4, the day after. Great, you just bought it. A consultant will start sending you information about how to get on cookie dough, start choosing recipes, give you filter tips to see all the recipes in the world. Yep, everyone falls for that one too. They will have an estimate on your delivery date, etc. Number 5, the arrival. This is what people think the consultant is for the demo and or the arrival. You can never underestimate the power of having a buddy that can either come in person to set up your Thermomix with you, or have them online or available for a call to answer your questions. A lot of people open the box and start cooking, but others need some hand-holding. Even the most self-taught people need help sometimes with the settings, a mode, a recipe, or just to use Thermomix to the fullest. Imagine having Photoshop and only using it to crop pictures. You have a very powerful tool. Why not have a passionate expert that comes with it for free? Why, right? Because a lot of people do not know at the moment of purchase whether they're going to need help later or not. They think, I'm good, I can figure it out. Yeah, it's human nature. And sometimes, like we said, they can, but sometimes they cannot. And when that happens, they're really, really glad they chose a consultant, because they basically earned an insurance policy. Not a literal one, but a human one. A real person, someone who says, hey, I got you, and it costs them nothing. Number 6, the following week. Now you're cooking happily, but you have a question. This recipe is asking me to do what? Sure, text or call your consultant. Isn't it nice to have an ally that can give you an answer without having to wait for the operator or dial 1 for English? How many washing machine salespeople are going to come to your house or jump on a video call with you after purchase and help you troubleshoot, teach you features, answer questions, and make sure you're actually using what you bought? Almost none. And if you're going to say, well, I will call the 1-800, nope. Thermomix's customer support is not there for product support or knowledge. They help with technical stuff like a return or shipping issues, things like that. Number 7, the next month. Now you're a pro. You're enjoying your Thermomix, you have tried the aroma, you make bread, you're wondering if you should try the sous vide mode. This is when you might want to be in a user group, a WhatsApp chat, a Facebook group. You are looking for inspiration and community. Well, guess what? Your consultant has the answer. Plus, chances are you have been sending this person a few pictures of what you have made. I love seeing those pictures. It makes my day when my customers send me the last bread they made, or a fancy cake, an empanada, or something they tried from another country just because they can. Number 8, near future and for years to come. A new accessory comes up and your consultant lets you know. Maybe you ask them to keep you updated when the cutter is released. A new collection, a new offer. Or you have a friend that wants a Thermomix, you call your consultant and you offer a demo for your friend that earns you a Thermomix gift. Or maybe you're such a fan that you decide to become a consultant or to have an affiliate link if that sounds better to you. And for that, you need your person as well. They'll guide you, give you your options, and then you will repeat this cycle and pay forward. And now, let's explain the money part. Remember, I said that I saw some comments on a forum where someone said, I would rather save the money. Why is someone making money out of my sale? First of all, choosing a consultant does not cost you money. It is not like adding a fee. You're not paying extra. But it's funny. Some people get more upset about choosing a consultant than they do about leaving a 20% tip at a restaurant. And just to be clear, I am not attacking the tipping system at all. I tip 20% happily. I am only using that example to put it in perspective. At a restaurant, that tip is actually costing you money. And nowadays, 20% is considered completely normal. 15% might even feel like you didn't like the service. In our case, a consultant earns just about 12% of a sale. Yes, it's published. It's not a secret. But only when someone buys a Thermomix. We don't have a base salary and we don't get this percentage from every table we serve. On the contrary, we might do 2 or 3 demos before there's a purchase, or 10 plus videos in my case. Why? Because the work is not about selling. It's about educating, bringing a new product to a new market. Thermomix has been mainstream in Europe for decades. And in Australia, for example, it took the consultants 10 years to go from nothing to everyone knows about it and has it. So yes, about 12%. And I promise you, for many of us, that does not reflect the amount of time we actually give people, even when they buy. Some of my customers receive my onboarding email, they're happy with it, and they don't request an appointment. That's okay. They might come back later with a question or two, or they might not. But then I have customers that request their demo before, after, and or both. Customers who need more follow-up, conversations, video calls. I have customers that I spend many hours with for different reasons. And that's obviously not paid by that 12%. But luckily, I love what I do. I am very passionate about Thermomix, so I love helping them as much as I can. This applies to many of my peers, not just me. But of course, I can only give you my own examples. I even help people who did not buy from me. It happens. They didn't know about all of this and now they need help. They watch my videos and sometimes they contact me. I don't mind helping them, but continuous support is supposed to come from your own chosen consultant before purchase. Ask any consultant where their biggest pet peeve is. Ring! Hi, I just bought a Thermomix and I need someone to teach me. Anyway, back to the money question. When you go to Target to buy something, do you think you're only paying for the product? No, you're paying for the location, the rent, the lighting, the employees, the shelves, the overhead, the markup. That is all built in and you know it. But with Thermomix, you're buying from the manufacturer. You cannot even find it in Amazon. A direct sales company does not spend money on TV ads, like we said, agreements with big store chains, brick and mortar stores. No, they invest in their consultants, the workforce that creates the word of mouth, that has been doing demos for 10 years in the US and creates content that floods social media. We are the marketing department. In reality, we're much more than that. We are the marketing department, we are the sales force, we are the customer service, because we are there for you when you found out about it, when you had purchasing questions, and when you needed product support. All for that 12% that cost you nothing. And in return, you locked in help way before your purchase, before, during, after, and way after. So, what's going on with this free shipping new rule? So now that Thermomix has free shipping and people might think that choosing a consultant is not needed, if you think about it, it's like Thermomix asking you, how do you know about us? Who introduced you to Thermomix? That's a question I answer in many websites or companies. And if anyone helped me, even remotely, I am always super happy to write their name in that box. Don't you? So yeah, it is a little heartbreaking that after all these years of consultants helping Thermomix become known, we are now in a moment where people think they don't need us. Let's see. Choosing a consultant was never about saving the $59 in shipping, but that incentive did help people stop and remember the person who introduced them to Thermomix. Honey, what was the name of that lady who gave us her card at the supermarket? Give her a call. She says something about free shipping when we use her link. It gave that relationship some visible value. Now that is gone. The message gets blurrier. And many of us who were trying to educate, support, and inspire without sounding salesy suddenly feel like we have to say, this is a Thermomix, and if you're going to buy one, please choose my name. I mean, come on, that doesn't feel great. And don't get me wrong, I do understand why Thermomix is doing this. They want to remove friction, make the buying process easier, and let people feel like they can just go online and order, especially in the US, where people do not like being told how to buy or who to buy from. That makes sense. But in the 10 years Thermomix has been in the US, consultants help build this market by showing up again and again, sharing their stories, answering questions, and helping people understand this miracle product that still sounds too good to be true the first time that you hear about it. Most customers need 3, 4, 5, 6 touch points before buying a Thermomix. An Instagram reel, a friend talking about it, a YouTube video, finally a demo. So my message is simple. Think about how you heard about Thermomix. If a consultant was involved in any of those points, choose that person. It costs you nothing. You have everything to gain, and you're also supporting a real person building something meaningful around a product they truly love. Even if you're the kind of person that doesn't need the demo and doesn't have questions, and you give us an easy sale, you're not wasting your time. You're making someone very happy and helping them continue with their passion. P.S. If Thermomix changes the system and they go back to free shipping only through a consultant, that would be awesome. But the message in this video remains. We are not your enemy, just your ally. And now to the guy from the Reddit post. You made me really sad today, and I am a very happy person. But I still want to answer you with kindness. Please choose your consultant before purchase. Either use their link or choose their name before checkout. Me included, yes. Your consultant, me if I'm your consultant, or the person you chose to be helped by. Not because you're forced to, not because you owe us something, but because if someone helped you discover Thermomix, helped you understand it, or will be there for you after you buy it, then choosing them is the right thing to do. It costs you nothing, and it means everything to the people who helped bring Thermomix this far. Thank you.